Hi folks, Pete Hamer here. This is my third video in a series of four, and I'm talking about things that every bike enthusiast should be able to do on their own bike. We're getting some nice warm weather here in Minnesota, and I'm noticing a lot of people, some families out riding their bikes today, which is really cool. And so these are things that you should be doing probably when you take your bike out to ride it for the first time in the spring, right? So the four things you should be able to do is wash your bike. So that includes cleaning your chain and washing the frame and fork and all the parts. Inspecting, and that will be my fourth video. I'll do the kind of out of order here. Lubrication, which I kind of covered in my first video with washing. I did washing and lubricating of the chain. And so today I'm going to go over inflation, and this is going to be inflation of the tires themselves. On bicycles, so I took wheels off bikes for this demonstration. By all means, you do not need to take your wheels off your bike to inflate them. Keep them on your bike. That would be easier, but I just need to do that for the video. The things you have to know is that there's two types of valves that we commonly see on bicycles. One is the Schrader valve. Looks like this. There's this cap and it threads off. That's what you would see on typically on your vehicles, on your cars. And then common on bicycles is the Presta valve, okay? And that looks like this. Right here's your Presta valve. That's your skinny bicycle valve. Everybody wonders why they're so popular on bikes. In the 70s, when road racing bikes were really popular, the rims were real skinny, and you had to have a skinny valve. Otherwise, you can't just drill a big hole into a skinny rim. Otherwise, it weakens the rim. So they also hold air in better. So on mountain bikes that are low pressure, tubeless, they tend to hold the air in better than a Schrader valve. So, all right, one tip that I like to tell people: it can be kind of hard to find the pressure rating, right? What the tires will tell you somewhere in here how much air to put in. Kind of hard to see. This one, as you can see, is right about here, 40 psi. What I tell people is take a white paint pen and just color it in. You see how much easier that is to spot from a distance? So 40 psi. Okay. So what that looks like, if you want to do it, white paint pen, you got to locate your pressure reading. This one says 30 to 50 psi. Now you'll be able to locate it much easier if you want. The other thing I do when I change the tires, I put the pressure rating on the tire right at where the valve is on the rim, so that if you're ever looking for your tire pressure, you would know that it's located right next to the valve there. So, all right, so to inflate a tire, we're going to start with the Presta valve. First things first, open up the valve core. See that? Okay, now air can go in and out. Most pumps for bicycles work with both Presta and Schrader. And this pump you can see is showing you that. You want to install the head of the pump onto the valve. In this case, we're pulling the lever open, and we're going to inflate until we get the desired pressure. You don't have to go to 40 psi. This one is 40 psi max, right? When you're done, take it off. And the key is, of course, to close that valve, okay? For Schrader, in this case, because this pump does both types of valves equally as well, I can just push this on, and I'll know that the pump is engaged when I kind of see the handle rise up and I see the pressure reading. There we go. And now I can start pumping it. Now this says 30 to 50 psi. No reason not to go to 50 because the tires will lose air, maybe 1 or 2 psi a day. And so for a kid's bike, it's not critical. And so you might as well just put the most in it up front so that it stays inflated as long as possible. The problems when you don't keep your tires inflated, if the tire pressure gets low, is you can get flat tires, and when you hit a pothole, the tire pinches. The tire gets pinched between the rim and the pothole. You can put a hole in your tube, and of course, it just doesn't handle as well, and you're gonna be working extra hard. So, all right, so spring's coming. Everybody wants to get out and ride. You gotta make sure you wash your bike, meaning your chain, your frame, brakes. Inspect it, which I'll do on video 4. Lubricate and inflate, which is about a terrible acronym. Spells something like Willy, W-I-L-I, wash, inspect, lubricate, inflate. But maybe helps you remember it. So, all right, thank you for watching.